put the reserves in. They got crazy there.
Yeah, they scored like 11 points in the last minute of the game. It's something that group for sure can be better as far as finishing it out. But with a game tomorrow and the game pretty much in hand, Cam Johnson's situation was not going to let that happen again. But we played our tails off tonight. Played against one of the best scoring duos in the league, in the NBA. Those guys got their points, but we did a really good job on everybody else. And we had balanced scoring tonight. 6 guys in double figures and 31 assists on the road against a really good defensive team. Like, that's balance. The other day we had a bounce back win. Tonight was a balanced win. Defensively, we gave up some points in the second half, but that second quarter defense was probably what won us the game.
Devin, once he got it going in that first half, how nice was it seeing him just ride that out and continue?
I mean, he's Devin. When you see him knocking down shots like that in rhythm, we feed off of it. It's one of those things where you're watching it and it's in the flow. It's not something forced, and that's what I liked about it. We all know Book can score the ball. I was really impressed with the defense that he and Mikal and Jay and Cam played on Levine and DeRozan. Those guys scored, but it was a tough whatever it was tonight between those two guys. I mean, DeRozan had 38 and Zach had 32. A lot of it was off the bounce, fades, shots like that. You don't like them when they go in, but if you can wear guys out in that environment and nobody else is touching the ball, I think it gives you somewhat of an advantage.
Also interesting when you guys they got within 9 and you went to 8 and down the stretch and got him solved situation with him. What made you?
It wasn't anything choreographed. It was what the game dictated. They were blitzing Chris and Book and pick and rolls, so DA got some seals. JaVale was good diving to the basket tonight, like both of those guys. We got to be better with our foul awareness. DA got in early foul trouble. Then he picked up the 5th one. I kind of rode it for a minute, and then he fouled out with 2 minutes. Like, those are things that he can learn from, how to play down the stretch and read the game in that environment. But his seals tonight were impressive. I thought the one that he got that made them call a timeout was one of those that, gave us a bit of a buffer. And then we came out of that timeout and executed for another, I think it was a foul on that particular play. So it wasn't anything that we choreographed and said, we're trying to get DA here. They were blitzing pick and roll. He was diving. And because we had shooters on the backside, he was able to, create some offense for himself.
With DA, I think coming into tonight, he was shooting like 64% on that hook shot of his. So how much of a weapon is that?
I mean, that's Coach Mark Bryant putting in a ton of work. I don't think that he was as efficient with that shot our first year. I think everybody believes in that shot and kind of drives everybody nuts when he has a guy pinned down there and he fades away. That's the one where you're like, dude, you got this jump hook that nobody's stopping. Like, you got to ride that thing out until they do stop it.
With Book, when he came out, was everything okay with his knee?
He said he was fine. It was a physical game. I mean, these guys, they get after you on both ends. They're one of the best cutting teams in the league, and that creates contact. And then they have 2 guards that play off the dribble. And so you got to play physical defense against those guys. So I think he's fine. He and Mikal had a few tweaks, but they seem to be okay.
Is it like a knee or a calf?
I'm not quite sure.
Looking at it, obviously coming up with Philadelphia, and we talk about a back-to-back, and Embiid just had a monster game here. I know you like to savor wins, but also turn the page.
I am going to savor it. So I'm going to wait till I get on the plane, start thinking about Joel and Maxey and all the guys they have, Danny Green, Tobias. Like, they got a crew. But this is one you have to enjoy. It's a road win against second best team in the East. I mean, you have to relish these opportunities. Anytime you can win on the road, it's special. And we got 2 in a row. And we want to make this a really good trip. And the way to do that is to, take it step by step. We'll get our showers in, get some food in us, and then we'll start watching film and getting ready for tomorrow.
With Booker, I know you say that Booker's scoring a lot of it comes within the flow of the offense.
Sure.
But in that first quarter, it just seems like he's been on a tear lately with that first quarter scoring. Is there anything different about that first quarter that he just kind of is more assertive, or is that just kind of flow of the game?
I don't think so. I just think it happens within the scheme of what we're doing. He's not going to grab the ball and taking 10 dribbles to go shoot a shot that's contested, that kind of thing. I think there was one time at the elbow where he held it for a long time, and we were a bit unorganized on that particular play. But other than that, I just came within the framework of what we do. And, that's something that's not talked about. When guys score that many points, you tend to think that they just go grab the ball and jack up shots. But I thought what he did tonight, and if you look at the balance we had, it was pretty indicative of the ball movement. So many guys were able to not just touch it, but get off good looks.
Finish on Zoom with Kellen Olson.
Hey, Monty, to the point you just made, how nice was it to see the offense kind of execute against a defensive scheme like that was trapping and forcing you guys to beat them through ball movement, essentially?
It's just who we are. We don't have to reinvent the style of basketball that we want to play or we play every single night. We just have to be ourselves and understand that we have counters, and the ball movement at times can hurt the counters, hurt the defense because we have counters. And so tonight, all we talked about was touching the paint. And I thought we did a really good job of that, whether it's on penetration or our bigs getting there. And that forced them to help. And then we were really selfless and unselfish by moving the ball to the backside. Coach B. Gates has been talking about it for a while. When teams take away your first option, the scoring option is on the other side. And so when we move the ball from side to side, the numbers say that we're pretty good. And the ball movement was and has been pretty good the last 2 games.
I feel like defense decided the game. Oh man, it's echoing here. Okay. I feel like defense decided the game. I think we turned up our defense early in the game and showed them that we was there. And I feel like the offense came easy to us just because we were in transition a lot and we were able to push the pace.
In terms of, they were making runs and, DeRozan and Levine were hitting shots. What do you feel like you guys have or do well that enable you to stand at and then come back with a bucket of youngers, or make a shot or get a stop? What is it about this team that other teams may fold in this situation?
Yeah. I feel like we just got a lot of strong players, a lot of smart players who are really cerebral when it comes out there on the court. Really make decisions on the fly to change the pace of the game and to change assignments and just adjust mid-game. So that's a big thing when it comes to our team.
The dives were there for you and DeAndre. When did you sense early that that's going to be there?
Early on, they were I want to say blitzing Book and CP. So I feel like early on I was rolling a little too deep. But later in the game, I started to roll slightly shallower, I guess.
That you knocked down as someone who's, you talked about how much you work on that shot.
Yeah.
How gratifying is it when you can go to an away arena and hear the groans from the crowd when you get to knock that ball?
Oh man, it feels good, man. But shoot or shoot. So I just had to do what I had to do.
You guys got Philly tomorrow. Just getting this one out of your system.
Yeah.
To that next.
Hey man, we getting this. This is out of our system. We're not worried about this one no more. We got that big boy in Philly to handle. So me and DA definitely got a load on our hands.
Yeah, that's a good team win for us. This is a team that I watch a lot on League Pass. You know what I mean? And I like their team. Like they compete, they play hard. Obviously, they with without two of their best players, but they hoop. You know, Billy been doing a great job with them, and DeMar and Zach, they've been unbelievable this year.
Curious in terms of when they got it down, I think to, I want to say 9 and Jay hit the 3, and then you guys got it rolling again. What enables from your end? I know you always talk about you go to the right player or you know what shot you guys want, but to do it repeatedly though, what is it? What was the difference you feel like tonight?
Just that it was Jay.
Okay.
On another night, you might ask me that question. It could be Mikhail. Another night, it could be Cam. You know what I mean? So I think with our team, it's just that we always so balanced. You know what I mean? And we take the best available shot and not just any shot.
With Book, it feels like a lot of his offense comes within the flow, like Monty talks about, but it seems like in the first quarter he's been on a tear lately. Is there anything about his aggressiveness in that period that stands out, or?
No, it's just good. It's good for us to get out like that. You know what I mean? Pushing the tempo, you know, staying aggressive, getting us into the bonus, whatever it may be. I think everybody right now is in a good flow, and especially Book in that first quarter.
You know, Coach was saying how Aiden just took advantage of the seals late in the game where they had been blitzing you and been blitzing them. But how nice was to see him go to the free throw line? He doesn't go a lot, but
Yeah, DA can shoot. DA can shoot, and that's a plus to have a big that can go to the free throw line, and we expect him to make them. He get pissed when they miss him. You know what I mean? So it's great. You know, him reading the game, seeing that they trapping us, rolling, catching, making the right pass, making the right play. So it's nice.
You shoot about 65% on that hook shot. How much of a weapon does that become for you guys?
It's a huge weapon for us. Just catching it down there, finishing anyway. You know, DA can shoot it. He can catch it at the free throw line and shoot that. He can shoot it in the mid post, lobs and all that stuff. So he's very versatile.
One on Zoom from Kellen.
Hey, Chris, how nice was it to get Kobe, your old AAU player, on that rip through?
Very nice. You know what I mean? Kobe is my family, man, and out there competing against him, you know, I still don't ever really get used to it, but it was nice to get him on it. About to go out here and talk to him about it now.
Said, how was the flow?
Yeah, I was slow. You know, it didn't seem forced. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. I mean, just playing within the offense. You know, I understand that, you know, how our team is built, that there's going to be, you know, opportunities to score at all time. You know, I've been in this system for a minute now, and, you know, there's no reason to force anything. We have too many talented players out there that, you know, we're going to cause help. You know, you have Chris dissecting the defense. You have Mikhail catching the ball and going. Jay is a playmaker out there too. So, you know, there's no need to force.
In the third, you were limping off the court. Are you good? Knee cap?
Yeah, it was just a little needed knee. It's straight.
I find it interesting when the crowd, I don't know what it is, but they start chirping, and then all of a sudden the shots start falling. Is there a correlation there or not?
I mean, we're some road warriors. You know, we get hype on the road. I think, you know we have to lean on each other even more, you know, when we touch the road. You might have a couple family members here, but, you know, it's majority just us as a team. So, you know, we feed off our own energy, and, you know, we do have a couple assholes on this team that, you know, when you hear something like that, it gets us going a little bit.
Unrelated note, I'm sure you saw Benny the Bull brought the inflatable T-Rex.
I didn't see it till after the game. I wish I would. I would have messed around with it a little bit, but I didn't see it until after the game. Yeah.
Getting old yet? No.
I mean, y'all tell me. You know, everybody else keeps the joke going. You know, it's my job to go out there and do what I did tonight.
I'm going to follow it up. Let's close about that. I can't let that go. Obviously playing Philly next and B, you know, obviously he had a huge game here last night. Just that challenge of playing Philadelphia on the back of that.
It's tough, man. It's tough. That's a really talented player that I have a lot of respect for, and just the ways that he does it. And it's every way, you know, and that's very uncommon. I think it's something that we've never seen before in this game before, maybe once or twice, Olajuwon, and,
but he does it so many different ways. And, you know, if somebody's smaller than him, he makes you pay, and, you know, he can take a bigger guy out to the wing. So, you know, it's going to take a whole collective group effort, you know, to slow him down. And, you know, obviously he has the pieces around him that can make you pay too. So still being aware of that.
I saw a strip where like you and Lamar exchanged some words, having some friendly conversation. How much, you know, we talk about appreciating the game, and you're always a fan of the game, appreciating his play and how he plays the game.
Utmost respect, you know, for Debo, and always have had that, you know, just the way he operates on and off the court, for how he carries himself. It's something that I've been able to watch from the side, and, you know, the short times we do run into each other, I always pay my respects. But definitely somebody that I can watch and I learn from, just the pace that he plays in. Obviously, you know, he's a mid-range killer, and, you know, I think his change of pace and his change of direction on him dropping the ball and being able to get contact and finishing through it also is, you know, top tier.
Tomorrow, we've got that fun individual matchup with Matisse Thybulle. You guys have had some battles. Just, I'm curious, what kind of defender is he, and what are some of the challenges that he brings as a scorer, and him being, you know, the elite defender that he can be.
Yeah, that's his job, to go out there and, you know, stop dynamic scorers. So, you know, he gets that task each and every night. And he's really good at it. You know, I think his job is to make sure nobody gets comfortable. You know, I think that's all you can do in this league when you're playing against prolific scorers, is just try to slow them down and make it tough on them. And, you know, he's done that countless numbers of times.